Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Woo! It's Friday. Heck yeah. It's everyone's favorite day of the week. It's Friday. Although some people prefer Saturday. Which is your favorite day of the week? What is your favorite day of the week? Put that in chat. There we go. How's everyone doing today? Hello, 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 hello. I don't know why I turned into Fat Albert for a second there. But yeah, it is Friday. It is quiet music. Where'd the music go? Do you guys hear the music? Did my headphones die already? Oh, no, they just disconnected for a second. You're in a meeting Saturday. People prefer Saturday. You know what? 5 p.m. on Friday is the best day of the week. So how's everyone doing today? Today we got a nice, easy stream. We're gonna do more speed benchy shenanigans with the old school Voron 1 because today, I didn't realize this until yesterday during the member stream. So let me, because you guys forgot to remind me to turn my overlays back on, let me do that real quick. There we go, overlay there. Desktop, turn all my overlays back on, turn the main cam back on, mobile cam, there we go. Main cam back on, there we go. Hey, cool. Today is officially 2 years since I quit my job and went full-time YouTube. So originally we were gonna do the Prusa enclosure today, but we're gonna do that tomorrow instead. And today we're just gonna have a fun little hangout stream because it's Friday. And also, in terms of prep work, my prep work today was squashing bugs on Veld. So that's what we've been doing today. Happy B-Day. It's not my birthday. My birthday's later this month, but not today. So I figured today we'll just have some fun, and we'll see how fast we can get a benchy out of this thing. I've actually gone and found some proper volcano nozzles because the last time we played with this thing, for those that don't know, this is a Voron 1. Like, it technically isn't a Voron 1, it's just a Voron. Because this is what we had back in the day. Back in my day, this is a Voron 1. It's just a Voron. So we've done some modifications to it. So we've got a direct feed tool head on it. We've got a volcano on it. We made the duct bigger, although let's be honest, that 4020 is not doing a lot of part cooling. And we've got clipper on it. We got an Orange Pi Zero on it. We've done some shenanigans to it. But today we are going to put a proper sized nozzle in it. If I can figure out which nozzle is which. And we're going to try and do some speed benchies today on an absolute ancient dinosaur of a printer. Because I think speed benchies are dumb, so it's fun to do them on printers that are dumb to do them on. So there we go. Voron 1, aka Trident. No, this was before Trident. This is Voron. This isn't Voron 1. This is his Voron. This was the original Voron. It only became Voron 1 after the V2 came out. There we go. You're only a member for 1 year. 11 months. Well, there's also, you know, technically, I've been doing YouTube for more than 2 years. It's been about 4 years since I started doing YouTube kind of seriously. Is that older than the OG Hypercube? This design is from 2016, and I think it was like the kits were 2017. So it's old. Look how much room there is. Don't you love old printers where it's like so much openness to them? But we got to get filament out of this, so I got to heat it up first. There we go. So yeah, so today all we're gonna do is we're gonna put a 0.4 nozzle in this thing. We're gonna try and do some speed benchies. That's it. We're gonna do some yapping today because there's some things to talk about that's going on in the printer 3D printer umbrella. Namely, hi, do you have an Anycubic printer with a clipper on it? Yeah, your shit's hacked. Take your printer offline right now. They have a massive gaping security hole in it apparently. So that's always fun. How many dots on a volcano? Okay, quick question. How many dots on a volcano is 0.4? Did get Tallboy fixed? Yeah, Tallboy's fixed. Yeah, we did that. We did it on stream yesterday. The new seam technique. Yep, real cool. Let me know when it's actually in a slicer and anyone can use it instead of having to sign up for GitHub and figure out how to use GitHub. Yeah, I've seen that. It's really cool. But again, until it's actually usable in a slicer and somebody doesn't have to sign up for GitHub, it's a cool tech demo. Like, let me actually use it in real world scenarios. Something sweaty nerds. What about nerds? So is it 3 dots or 4 dots? I think it's 3 dots. Is it 3 dots? Is a 0.4 or 4 dots? That's too big. That's 1 dot. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 dots? You would think. E3D volcano nozzles. E3D volcano nozzles. It's 3 dot? Ooh, okay, I might not have it then. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 dots. 1 dot. No dots. 2 dots. Is it 4 dots? 2, 3, 4. E3D nozzle dots. It's 4 dots. Whoever told me 3 dots was wrong. Who said 3 dots? Jetman, you're wrong. It's 4 dots. 4 dots. Okay, so we got 4 dots. There are 4 lights. Okay, now I gotta get this out. How do I loosen the AppSu? Do you push it in? Do you pull it out? Or you just... I guess you just pull the filament out like that. What is the one on the printer? It's like a massive one. It's I think it's like 1.4 millimeter, because that's what all I could find last time. I had to go digging. I actually had to go digging through the print room downstairs to find my bag of nozzles, because let's be honest, when was the last time anyone used volcano nozzles? Although, to be fair, there's a printer that uses them in this room. So while I'm doing this, if you haven't had the chance yet to enter, every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. So if you want to win a spool of filament from Polymaker, link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win, because at the end of stream we'll do a draw and we'll give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Where is my adjustable? There it is. Planning on changing its motherboard and clipperizing it, by the way. What? This already has clipper on it. Oh. I have an Anycubic printer. Oh wait, no. Printer right now, that's OG Cobra, so it runs Marlin version. I can't release the source code. Yeah, Anycubic's got a shit in the bed. They really screwed up, because I've never used an Anycubic printer. It's you know, they're not really my thing. I'm not a huge fan of bed flingers. Like, let's be honest, most of them are pretty generic. And basically, I don't view taking your already generic bed flinger and slapping clipper on it isn't really an upgrade, in my opinion. It's not something I would spend time personally reviewing, because again, it's just a normal printer with clipper on it. So I haven't looked at any of the Anycubic printers ever, really. I've got an Elegoo, but that's a resin. But apparently their butchered, hacked version of clipper that they created for some whatever reason requires a cloud to function. Like, you can't actually use it on your home network. Apparently you have to use it through their cloud service for it to function. Like, you don't actually have local use of the printer. Like, apparently you have to use the cloud service for that printer to function. If you want to, like, unless you want to do it like with SD cards and whatnot. So as soon as I saw that was a thing, I'm like, hell no. That is pants on head word we're not supposed to use anymore. And it's stupid. But that's what Anycubic did. And now they're paying the price for it, because, hey, there's an exploit that people have been able to take advantage of. And anyone could pretty much upload a G-code file to your printer if they know what they're doing. Which, congratulations, that's a massive security flaw. And no bueno. So yeah, if you had an Anycubic printer right now, I would not be firing that thing up until I would not connect that thing to a network. Doesn't infringe on copyright. Clipper's open source, okay? Here's the code, do whatever you want with it, just attribute any changes. So here's the thing. Kevin doesn't have the lawyer fees to sue a company in another country. So like, nobody cares. That's the thing. Like, we all love open source, but nobody gives a shit, let's be honest. When it comes to like, you know, I complain about it on Twitter. Everyone complains about it on Twitter when, you know, some random company uses open source and violates licenses or whatever. But is there any real downsides? No, because most people don't give a shit, let's be honest. So the only thing you can do is you have to do what we've learned with Bamboo, is anytime one of these companies screw up, you have to name them and shame them publicly. And then once there's backlash, then they'll actually do something. So the fact that Anycubic thought that it was a good idea to take Clipper, which for those that don't know Clipper doesn't have security because Clipper doesn't do network shit. Clipper runs your printer, okay? Clipper runs your printer. That's it. That's all Clipper does. It runs your printer. Now there's an API layer that could talk with Mainsail and Fluid and Octoprint. So you have Mainsail, talks through the API layer, which is Moonraker, talks with Clipper. There's no network security there because all you're doing is running that on a Raspberry Pi with a Linux install. So your security is whatever version of Linux you're running on the Raspberry Pi or equivalent. That's it. That's your security, is whatever security Linux has on a Raspberry Pi, that's your security. Okay, which is why, for those that use Octoprint back in the day, if you remember, when there's a huge freaking warning if you try to connect Octoprint outside your home network. Like if you Google how to like remote monitor my printer with Octoprint outside my home network, there's a massive warning there going, hey, dummy, you're about to punch a hole in your firewall and anyone can come in. This isn't designed for that. Don't do it unless you know what you're doing. And what does Anycubic do? They punch a big hole in your firewall. And then they make it so that you have to use their app to control the printer. You can't just, you know, run it LAN only mode. So they've removed functionality to force you to use their shitty app, so they can probably collect all your data, let's be honest. And then you're stuck with it when there's a security issue. So, is that tight? Yeah, that's tight. Okay. So yeah, I'm not too thrilled with that. I'm not too thrilled with that at all. Naming and shaming is pretty much all you can do. It's really shitty because here's the thing. Apparently the person who found the exploit, the person who sent out the G code to everyone's printer going, hey, your shit's hacked, tried to reach out to Anycubic multiple times over several weeks and they got ghosted. So they finally said, you know what, screw it. If they don't want to pay attention, I'll do something that'll make them pay attention. So yeah, so Creality Cloud, Bamboo's network, like here's the thing. It's not just you're worried about what the company might do. It's what happens if somebody gets in. That's what you have to worry about. It's like how many times do banks get hacked? How many times does, you know, companies get hacked? Amazon gets hacked. It happens, right? Anything that's an IoT device is just asking for your home network to get compromised. It sucks, but it is what it is. So the less amount of devices on your home network that connect to the internet, the better. Especially anything that punches a hole in your firewall, which is why I like I did my little video on the ESP32 cam, and I had people like, why would you get that? It's a Chinese thing. It's like, it only runs on my home network. And I know what code's on it because I uploaded it myself. So I trust this than some generic Wise cam that can get hacked. Hardware 2FA, you know, it's so annoying. Like, here's the thing, you wanna know what sucks? I'm a YouTuber. You know what I've done? I've told my bank, hey, if I ever try to transfer any large sums of money from outside my account to anything that's not my account, I need to do it in person. I can't do it over the phone because anyone can impersonate my voice, anyone can impersonate my appearance sound. I have a friend who is a local police officer. I told him, hey, I'm a content creator, because swatting is a thing. Like, it's sketchy out there. And, you know, it's shit that we got to deal with that, but we got to. So again, if you got an Anycubic printer, take it off the network. Hacked a few days ago, shit ton of customer data got stolen. Yeah, yeah. And people are all happy to buy these machines with Clipper with who knows what on it. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm liking what, you know, shout out to Peel Poly. They're using normal Clipper. They have changed some things. They are running their own forked version of Clipper, but all they've changed is added stuff for the linear motors and whatnot. So, like, they haven't changed the network stack or anything. This behaves exactly like normal Clipper. It only runs on your home network, whatnot. So that's how you do Clipper in a commercial printer. But all these companies, they want apps so that they can harvest your data. Because let's be honest, that's, you know, if you're not paying for a service, they're making money off of you somehow. So, but anyways. How you doing? I did not mean to start the stream today with a rant. But like, as soon as that happened, I'm like, that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen at some point, and it just happened. So, let's feed this Polylight ABS. Why ABS? Because we're doing speed benchies. Friends don't let friends do speed benchies in PLA. Anniversary rant, yeah. Friends don't let friends do speed benchies in PLA. Are you feeding in? I don't know which way this is going. Oh, wrong way. There we go. WordPress and selling content for AI. Reddit. Reddit is doing that. If you have a Reddit account, everything you've posted on Reddit ever, every comment you've ever made is sold to an AI company now. Or will be sold. I don't know if they've actually gone through with it yet. Yeah. Shit sucks out there. Don't start the LiDAR rant. Oh, you brought it up now. How are they gonna call in with the LiDAR? Because nobody cares, let's be honest. What's gonna happen? Is the American Trade Commission gonna call them out for it? No. Yep, I don't have any, none of my printers can connect outside my home network. Even my Bamboos, I have them set to LAN only mode. Which could possibly help prevent local being abused. Yeah, it does. No. Remember, Clipper just runs on whatever version of Linux you install. Clipper itself, I seen somebody on Twitter is like, oh, Clipper has security holes. No, Clipper doesn't have security holes because Clipper doesn't do network shit. All it does is make plastic boat. Whatever version of Linux that you install Clipper on may have the issue. And that's just, you know, you have the same issue if you just run Raspberry Pi OS on a Raspberry Pi. Which, you know, half my printers run because I installed it through Kiao. So that's the problem. Just have to see if I have to adjust my set offset. What am I at right now? 2? Let's see, do I gotta adjust my Z offset? I can live with that. I can live with that. I can live with that. Same with fluid and web interfaces in general. Remember, those only run on your home network. Those only run on your home network. Those only run on your home network. You have the same security. Okay, you ready for this? You ready for this? You have the same security with mainsail web interface as you do with this little ESP32 that's sitting up in the corner right up here. Okay? So you have the same security with this web interface as you do with Clipper because it's just a web interface running on a server on your internal home network. The moment you punch a hole in your firewall and allow access to that thing outside of your home network, you have an issue. And unfortunately, it looks like, you know, some companies like Anycubic decided that was a good idea to bolt on an app that punches a hole in your firewall and anyone can get in using MQTT, which is how they did the Clipper hack or the mainset or the Bamboo hack originally. Or one of them. One of them at least. There's a bunch. Printers on their own VLAN. Yeah, that's something you could do. Has Moonraker's security disabled? I have no idea what they do. I don't have an Anycubic printer. The only one I know that uses them a lot is Uncle Jesse, and I don't know if he's dived into that stuff. I don't know. Like, because here's the thing. Let's be honest. Most people that review 3D printers, they use the printer. They don't dive in it. Like, I'm not even a network security guy. The only stuff I know about is stuff that I've taught people that know what they're talking about have told me. So, password option, especially if you share a network with others. I think you can enable that. I think you can enable a password. I think you can. Console. I'm pretty sure at some point there was something for passwords. I can't remember exactly. You can. Okay. Yes, it's done in Moonraker. Okay, it's in Moonraker. So yeah, it can be done. I haven't done it because I'm the only one who uses my home network for printers. So, like, I really don't care if my wife has access to my printers, and the little guy is not. Okay. Let's heat this up. Put that up. Machine. So what do we got here? What do we got here? Printer.cfg. So our max velocity is 10,000, 15,000, 500 velocity. Okay, cool. Let's fire up a Orca Slicer profile. This area could still do bad things connected out to pre-configured places, but if you have a good firmware image. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why this has just the default Arduino IDE example code for webcam installed on it. That's it. That's all this has. Nothing fancy at all. Which, by the way, for those that don't know, let me do this because I want to show one of the use cases for this. Because I had a bunch of people ask me about this. I know I have one made. I know I chopped up a USB cable for this. Where did I put it? Maybe the chopped up USB cable? Oh my God. Yeah, this is the chopped up USB cable. Okay. Oh wait, no, you're not it. You know what? I'll just use the other one. For those that don't know, in Clipper, because I had a bunch of people ask me about this. Vitali gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. You can add IP webcams in Clipper. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's been a while since I set it up. Cam. Yeah, it should pop up there. I don't know, it might be not working great because it's not. It's been on. I've had this camera on for a couple days now, so we'll see. But anyways, that's how it works. All the cool little tools themselves are pretty safe because there's a ton of peer review. Yeah, that's another thing. The absolute URL. Let me see here. So you're saying remove the /stream part? Like just remove this part? Yeah, whatever. Right-clicking the image. Yeah, whatever. We're not trying to worry with that anyways. But yeah, you can use an IP cam. So you can even use an old phone. And RepRap firmware is really nice because RepRap firmware is the same thing. You can import the URL for an IP cam. So that way you only need one interface to watch a camera with RepRap. It's really nice. There we go. Okay, buying a 6-pack of those BSP cams. Do you have an AF link? I do not. I tried setting up an AF link with Amazon a while ago, and it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. It just didn't work. Something about a business code. I needed a business code, which I have a business. I have a business number in Ontario registered, but Amazon wouldn't take it. And honestly, I don't like spamming AF links. I've got generic ones in the description, but I hate people that like every 2 seconds they go, hey guys, here, buy this thing. It's an AF link. I find it super annoying, so I don't bother with it. Okay. Do I have V1 on here? I don't think I do, because this is a different computer. Yeah, I gotta make a new one. Create printer. Nope. Add printer. Cheers, Christian. Yeah, so you need to understand, remember, I had people like, oh, the quality is shit. No, duh. It's a $9 webcam server. Of course the quality on these is shit. But it's enough to tell you if you're making spaghetti. That's all it's meant to do. If you're, you know, who's somebody that does printing stuff for content? Who is that? A bunch of people do it. If you're one of those people, it's a boy in space or whatever, these are not for you. Okay, so we'll start with a trident. Trident is the closest default thing we have here. So we have a trident. There it is. Okay, so we got to rename this. So this is, we got what, 230 set. I think we're 230 by 230 on this. 230, okay. We're running Clipper. Sure, machine G code. Sure, we'll just use the generic start stop. Yeah, extruder. 0.4, min, max, length, retracts seem about okay. That looks all okay. We're gonna call this Voron 1. There we go. Let's import the boat. 3D benchy. Okay, so we need to make a new profile for this because what are the dumb speed benchy rules? Why do we have these weird esoteric speed benchy rules? Okay, so we're not going to go to all 3DP because that's a scummy site. We'll check what STL Denise has to say. There you go. Line width is 0.5 millimeters. So we got 0.5. So let's set all this to 0.5. Why is all 3DP coming? Oh, all they do is just, they've been caught stealing articles and stealing images without crediting people multiple times over the years, and the entire site is infested with ads and AF links. It's just a farming site for farming ad revenue and AF links. That's all that site's for. It doesn't add anything to the discourse. It just literally copy paste articles, or it just takes videos that people have done on things and turns them into articles. 2 walls, 3 top, 3 bottom. So we got 2 walls, 3 top, 3 bottom, 10% infill, and you can combine every other layer. So where is the infill percent? 10%. And where is infill combination? Is that it? Automatically combine sparse infill of several layers to print together in order to reduce time. There you go. Okay. What are the good sites then? I don't know. I don't go to any site for news. I follow content creators or just Twitter discourse or whatever. Okay, so a default benchy is 34 minutes. So I think this will be a good start. So we'll start with this. We'll start with this benchy. So we'll save it. Oh, wait, let me filament. I don't know why it defaults to HSPLA, but for generic ABS, there we go. There we go. Export G code. Save. Actually, what's min layered cooling? Okay, so 100%. 100. 100. where is no cooling for first 3 layers, full at layer 6. Where is min layer time? Where is that in speed, benchy, ABS? Where is min layer time? Is that under, where's min layer time at? Min layer time, cooling. Oh, flow, I gotta up my flow rate, that's right. 22. Oh yeah, search. Min layer time. Okay. 0.25. Yeah, we got 0.25 layer height. We got 0.25 layer height and 0.4 wall or 0.5 walls. Is anyone else here laughing? 0.2 speed. There we go. Oh, is it on the filament setting? That is filament setting. This is the filament setting. Oh, it's in here. Okay. There it is. Okay. 260, active chamber. That. Generic flow ratio. Is there a min layer time? I don't see a min layer time. Layer time. Yeah, those are the only two. Okay, cool. Slice. Let's see what we're at. We're at 22 millimeter or 22. For that, I think that's a decent start. Okay, we'll save that. Upload and print. Send it. You can use a CHT style nozzle, right? It just has to be. I believe you can. I'm not using a CHT volcano because I don't have a CHT volcano. Simple as that. Use the same drop down to pick the AMS slot and then the filament setting. So clunky. You know what I found out today? This was funny. So, freaking bamboo. Where's Ember prototypes? Ember. Where is he? I follow him on Twitter. I replied to him. Replies. There we go. So Ember Prototypes is they're a little startup. I think they're in Vancouver. They're next to the Pantheon guys, I think. I think he actually worked at Pantheon. But he's working on making these really cool bed surfaces, and he made one for me, which I'm waiting to show up. But he's been doing these cool custom beds that you basically put a negative on the bed surface and it embeds the design in your part. So for those that do print farm stuff, it'd be really cool to have your logo embossed on everything for security reasons and whatnot. But because of that, he tries to like, hey, in bamboo, you can change the SVG for your bed. So see here how we have, Voron design on the bed surface. In Bamboo Studio, you can change all the SVGs for any printer on Bamboo Studio, except for Bamboo's. Bamboo's printer does not support importing SVG hotbed. Only third-party printers can support SVG hot printers. Why do you need to replace ours? It is our SVG on the official Bamboo printer. Why would you ever need to change that? Like seriously? Like, how full of yourself do you gotta be? Like, fucking Bamboo. Yeah, Voron, yeah, you can change the bed on a Voron. Brat rig, yeah, you can change the bed on a rat rig. How dare you change the bed design pattern in our slicer for our printer? It's our printer. You cannot change it. It is ours. Why would you ever want to change it? That's not how we want you to use our stuff. Fucking hell. How dare you? I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a great mood today. Let's get this set up. Let's get this camera set up. I think it's the music. I think it's the music that's doing this to me. By the way, this is 12 volt. That's why it's taking so long to heat up. Oh no. Oh no. Webcam. Deactivate. Activate. There we go. They want to be the Apple of printers. Okay. Well, they're gonna, when they start selling a $3,500 ski goggle set. They should only let you print models that come out of the SD card. Oh god. That's what I hate about the apps. They just make it so annoying to have to like use their ecosystem. But yeah, I think because I have one more of these ESP32 cams. Tomorrow, the plan is we have a Prusa Mark IV that I need to put in a Prusa enclosure, which is right here. So I've got all the stuff to build the Prusa enclosure right here. I've even got lights and whatnot. They sent me lights. I got lights, I think. Yeah. Basic board, fasteners, lights. Where are the lights? I got lights. So we're gonna put an ESP32 cam in there with the Prusa. You're holding it wrong. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna have to live adjust that, I think. Of companies farm out their dev work to other companies for apps and don't care about security. From my understanding, that's what Bamboo has done, and probably Anycubic as well. A lot of farming out. Oh, it's doing a bed mesh. Okay. I do like how Bamboo has a bunch of STLs for tools baked in, but I hate that the settings are locked, so you need to use PLA and cool plate or it fails. Yeah, I know, it's so annoying, eh? Can you just download the STLs and reslice it? Like, I know they had issues with the mouse. The A1s, the A1 Mini or whatever, it ships with the mouse print, so you can use their little, Bamboo put loot boxes in their printer. You get 1 of 4 random free prizes, but it's only 1 of 4. They put loot boxes in their printers, jeez. But yeah, a bunch of them were failing because the slicer settings weren't great, and they didn't give you the STL to redo it. Like how, like, they could have just included the STL, but they didn't. Is that an Apsu? It is an Apsu. They sent it out to me a while ago, and I haven't found anything to put it on, so I put it on this. So, by the way, it's March, so do your taxes. Also, I think my belts are really loose on this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten the belts up after this. They're, I think they're a little, oh yeah, the belts on this are a little loose. We're gonna have to adjust that. But we'll let it do a print first. We'll see how the stock speed benchy goes. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't ooze. It was still hot when I tightened it, so we should be okay. I don't know what to do with it. It was actually really easy to mount to this. It's actually, it does appear to be a pretty nice, well-built extruder. It is a bit heavy though. Like, if you don't know what to do with it, just use it as a Bowden extruder on a machine. Just swap out, like if you got an ender or something, just swap it out. Okay, I'm realizing I didn't prime it, so I've got like no filament coming out of this yet. So we're gonna have to like stop it once it starts extruding. Yeah, okay, now it's extruding. Actually, we'll just, you know what, we'll just let it go. We'll just let it go. It's the first layer. Does anyone here care about first layer quality on a speed benchy? Like, let's be honest. Does anyone here care about first layer print quality on a speed benchy? Do you care? I don't care. Although I do have to live adjust that a bit. When is Text Day in Canada? It's like last day of March, or April, I believe. So, Does any print quality matter on a benchy? No, it's a benchy. It's a speed benchy. That's why I don't like speed benchies. They're not indicative of real world printing. Those dang overhangs. That's what I gotta turn. I gotta turn down because it's overhangs. Technically, it's bridging right here, so that's why it's going slow. So we're gonna have to adjust those settings. So where is the slicer settings for bridge? Bridging, bridge length, don't support bridges. Or is it overhang? Overhangs. Overhang speed. There we go. Where's overhang speed? Okay, here we go. Speed, outer wall, inner wall. Where's overhang? Oh, here we go. Slow down for overhangs. Turn that off. There we go. Okay, so that's the first setting we changed. I don't even know if my part cooling fan's going. It's going. And this is some beautiful Polymaker Polylite ABS. So if you're looking for a spool of filament for yourself, every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. Or, you know, you could just buy it. There's an affiliate link in the description. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. Need a bed fan. Shit. Well, that fell. Hopefully I didn't break it. Really? I can't. Dang it! I can't plug in my. 1 second here. You go there. So are you broken? You better not be broken. You go there. How much room on my desk do I have? There we go. Slide you back there. You go there. Then I gotta plug you in. Turn you on. That's not plugged in. 1 second here. I need a power cord. This will work. This will work. Hopefully I didn't break it. If I broke it, I'm gonna be annoyed. No, I broke it. Or at least this cable doesn't charge it. Do I have a micro USB cable anywhere? I should, because I used it for the thingamabobber. No, that's a camera. I may not have a cable for it. I may not. I don't. 1 second. 1 second. I've got so many cables on this desk here. I got to go through and like reorganize so much stuff here. That's mini USB. That's a webcam. That's a prop from yesterday's video. How's that speed benchy coming along? That's actually coming along pretty good. This might work. Nope. 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 My fan don't work. Oh no. Okay, so we got no additional part cooling. Unless No, we can make this better. We have the technology. We have the technology. We have the technology. Are you charged? You're charged. Perfect. Oh. There we go. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. It's got to be from the bow. Okay, speed benchy, go. Actually, let's see. I want to see this. 1 second. I did it! I did it! I triggered a thermal runaway. Restart. I wanted to see the graph. Oh jeez. Can you tell when I turn the fan on? That dropped like a rock. Oh jeez. That dropped like a rock. Okay, export G-code file, save, upload and print. There we go. Oh, what was that noise? Oh, that fell over. Okay. That literally just dropped it like a rock. Like even the bed. Look at the bed. Well, actually the bed temp dropped it. It was the hot end. I don't have a sock on this hot end. That's why. Maximum chamber cooling. That is funny. That is funny. Thermal runaway was set to trigger after 3 minutes. You wouldn't have had the problem. I know! Bamboo was onto something. Also, apparently, there's been other issues with the bamboo tool heads. I seen somebody posted a picture of a burnt out MOSFET. I don't know. But yeah, it was funny. I hit it for like there, and I'm like, let me just open up the mainsail. So I wanted to see how it affected the temperatures. And it's just like, nope, nope, I broke. And of course, that 12 volt hot end is taking its sweet time getting back up to temp. PID tune. I mean, you could technically PID tune it with the nozzle being blasted by that, and it would correct for it, but that's a little overkill in my opinion. Yeah, this is 12 volt, which kind of sucks because I actually have, let me find it here. Yeah, so this is a 40-20 fan. It's like a gnat blowing through a straw at this point for part cooling. However, I have this 40-20-40 fan. 20-40-20, 20-40 fan. This one is a blow-ematron. This is actually a spare fan from the Magneto. It's a 3-wire fan, but it's 24 volt. So I technically could, if I got a buck converter to boost it up from 12 to 24 volt, or I just installed a 24 volt power supply in here just to run the fan. I technically could get a much better fan in this if I wanted to, but that would require me wanting to do that. Which, by the way, if you're wondering, these are the bigger nozzles. What else do I got in here? I got a bunch of stuff in here. What is this? That's an extra load cell board. Cool. Trident frame within 1 millimeter square enough. I'm seeing conflicting comments on Discord. Admiral Adama, how big is your frame and can you get it any better? If it's like your first attempt and it came out a millimeter, you could do better. If it's like half a mil and it's a 350, you're okay. Also, it depends. Remember, on a Trident, you want your upper portion to be the squarest. So you want the top part, or correction, because the Trident, you want the gantry to be squared on the Trident. If like the sides are out a bit, it's not a huge eel because the bed sits within it and you can adjust it that way. But you want it like looking down on the frame. You want this part to be square because that's your XY motion. If it's like out a bit on these sides, when you put your bed in, you can just kind of make sure it's straight. But 1 millimeter, depending on the size, you could probably do better. You could probably do better. Because remember, it's not so much it's how much it's out, it's how much it's out per distance. That's why I have a, you know, my Trident bed is 350. If my Trident bed is out a millimeter, you know, a dip a millimeter or 0.4 millimeters in the middle, I don't care. Because that's, you know, from 350 to the middle, it goes down 0.4 and then goes up 0.4, whatever. That's nothing. But if it's like a V0, okay, that matters. So you need to take that into account. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. A lot of people just kind of go, oh, it's out this much, it's bad. It's like, no, it's a variance. Because you can have a flat bed that's out. Because there's a difference between how smooth it is and the variant. Like there's metrology. Take a metrology class. If you're in a community college, take a metrology class at some point in your life. I don't think I saved those values. 1, 2, 3. Save. Save. There we go. And save my adjusted offset. There we go. How much would it cost to build a 350 3D printed something like a Voron 2.4, but a little bit cheaper? Then you're not building a 2.4. A Voron 2.4 is a flying gantry core XY with quad Z. You're not building that cheaper than a Voron. You probably could. There's a few different Voron-esque type printers, kind of like that, but they're like if you want to be cheap, buy an Ender. Like, there's no point, in my opinion, trying to build a Ferrari using stuff you found at Home Depot. Okay? If you're gonna be cheap, go cheap. Don't try and do expensive cheap. It never turns out well. Upgrading a V1.1 kit to V2. There you go. Just be aware you're not gonna get your print volume's gonna be a little weird. My 2.4 Ferrari. There we go. Go, Volcano, go. I'm gonna bump the temps up a little bit. Because here's the thing, I don't know if it's melty or just under extruding. We'll see. You would have a 2x4 Ferrari, wouldn't you? Also, I talked about this on the stream yesterday, the member stream. I actually, Creality wants to send me a Falcon 2, which is an enclosed laser. So I finally said yes to one. We'll see if they actually do end up sending it. Apparently the K1C is in shipping now. It's been 2 months, but it's finally shipped. So if that shows up, I can finally try Lightburn. I'm actually looking forward to trying Lightburn. I'm looking more forward to having a laser so I can actually try Lightburn than actually having the laser. So I probably should have tightened the belts up. These belts are very loose for those that are wondering. Be careful because those enclosures are not rated on nearly any of the new lasers. It's only got a 40 watt, I believe, laser. It's a diode laser. It's not an actual good laser. It's a diode. It's a Falcon 2. Yeah, Kevin's got a Falcon 2. It's the same thing. Lightburn. Lightburn is software used to control lasers. And it's actually good software compared to like a lot of the really crappy stuff a lot of companies ship with it. Why not? Look at the deep sea sub with the game controller. Oh, thank you, YouTube. I am live on my channel right now, apparently. K out of the box. Don't let the door open. Was it a K1C that Uncle Jesse, or was it just a regular K1? There's no free light burn. No, you got to pay for it, but it's a very, very, very reasonable license. If the acrylic doesn't have an OD rating and the wavelength physically etched in it, it's a problem. 1 watt of laser can cause permanent damage, 0.25. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. There's a reason I've been avoiding taking any of these random lasers that companies offer me, because they're all super sketchy. But I think this is the one here. The Falcon, significant upgrade. Also, I'll be honest, there's no way in hell it's $2,000 worth of hardware in this thing. There is no way there's $2,000 worth of hardware in this thing. FDA Class 1 safety certification. Ooh. And it's got an exhaust port. This actually looks kind of reasonable. This actually does kind of look reasonable, I'll be honest. But I'm not a laser guy, so. I defer to Dub Manufacturing in chat. So they emailed me. They're like, hey, are you interested? I'm like, yes, I am interested. Send me details. And I'm waiting on the email back. Related to the rating then. Oh, yeah. Yeah, once you get that little stamp, it probably costs money. I'm not going to lie. This benchy's actually coming out pretty good. But it's always the hull that takes 2 seconds. For 2K, you can get a CO2. Yeah, if you're buying it. But if Creality wants to send it to me, I'll take it. I'll show it off. If it's good, it's good. I'm not your mom. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. And I think this week I'm going to start working on this guy, because I need to. I've got my helmet. Okay, there we go. Can I, no, fit in the hat. Fit in the hat. There we go. There we go. What do you mean? There we go. Now I'm ready to defend democracy, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start working on this weekend. I should 3D print dark. No, this is a BO1 helmet from Helldivers. I got all the. I gotta make a vacuum former. That is something I gotta do. I gotta make a vacuum former, because I gotta make lenses for these. So that's. That's actually a pretty good top layer, I will say. Am I playing Helldivers this weekend? I am. I probably will be. I played a bit this morning. I tried my first extreme mission. It did not go well. I joined an in-progress mission, and I dropped in, and I'm like, you drop in, it's like, cool, I'm gonna pull down my autocannon. I run over, I pick up my autocannon, I put on my backpack, and I see that 2 of the other 3 people in my squad are dead, and there's 6 Bile Titans running at me. It did not go well. It did not go well at all. And this was on Veld. So it was at night in the woods. I couldn't see shit except me dying. A lot. Friend of mine. Oh, I know a bunch of stuff in Helldivers has been data mined. The bots, the mechs, all that stuff. Please, I've only been playing it for a week, and I'm only level like 10. Please, don't spoil it. Did you see their video on it? Who? There's a ton of videos on how to make a homemade vacuum former. Like, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. Like, all you need is a box, a vacuum, and something with a bunch of holes in it. And I believe I have, I've got an extra piece of that stuff. The grating with the holes in it. Or I mean, hell, I've got this. Meh. So. It shouldn't be that hard to make a vacuum former for lenses. Galactic Armory. Yeah, it's the Galactic Armory helmet. Plays Helldivers. So I don't have that many. I only have like 10 or 11 hours in Helldivers. I don't have a crazy amount. So Galactic Armory, it's a paid model. There's a few different companies that do the Helldiver helmet now. A bunch of them came out real quick with it, because I think they realized how popular it was going to be. How often do I use my ERCFA? When was the last time you saw the switch wire on stream? But yeah, I'm probably going to try and do a really, really, really basic vacuum former, which is I'm just going to use a heat gun and a vacuum. I only need to make little lenses, right? So I don't need to do anything crazy. But I'm probably going to work on that helmet instead of the. For those that don't know, I've got a full set of all the printed parts for T45 Power Armor on the floor right here in a box. But that project I'm probably going to put on hiatus for a bit, simply for the fact that I don't have the room to post-process that much stuff right now. So I'll probably just work on some smaller stuff in the meantime. The flamethrower bug. It is funny for how much that game. Now, here's the thing. It's a sequel to Helldivers 1, so it's not like it's a new thing. It's been around, like the lore of that game's been around for a bit. But there is very little in that game that's actually like a direct like knockoff or ode to Starship Troopers. There's surprising little. There's one planet called Zegama Paradise, and that's about it. Like other than like, you know, some of the appearances and whatnot, and like the style of the propaganda in the game. For the most part, it's you know, it's obviously inspired by, but it's not like, you know, copy paste. Vapor smoothing. I'm not a fan of vapor smoothing because you end up like melting it a bit. Describe vacuum forming in a way that my 12-year-old won't crackle at it hard. You take a sheet of plastic, you make it real hot, you push it over a mold, and then you suck the air out so it just goes and it forms to the shape. How are you? Great content. Oliver, cheers for the $2. I am doing fantastic. And thank you for the gifted membership. Print the lenses in resin. One, I don't have dark tinted resin that would work in. Two, I wouldn't want to wear something that is printed in resin on my head all the time because of the fumes. And three, it never turns out good for lenses. 3D printing lenses never really work. Let's be honest. Yeah, vacuum forming. Yeah, just get an air hockey table and change it from suck to blow, or from blow to suck. You know, just like Mecha made. Oh no, we're losing a little bit of bed adhesion. Need to reach vacuum forming. I have no idea. Don't ask me. I've never done it, so I don't know. Hot enough to make it melty, but not hot enough that it falls apart. Usually when I see it, they put it in a thing that heats it up, and as soon as the sheet of plastic starts to like droop, you just pull it out, you put it over the thing, and you suck the air out, and it goes. Vacuum forming lenses? Yeah, for my Helldivers helmet. I'm working on, got a Helldivers helmet here. Which, it's actually kind of cool. This part clips in, but it's not. Although I don't know if this came out scaled correctly. I printed it 1:1 scale. So it should. Yeah. And then there's the back pieces over there. Yeah. So with this, like I think it's good enough size for my body. Because, you know, once you have shoulder pads on, I think this is a pretty good scale. Obviously, it'll sit up a little bit higher once you have padding in it and whatnot. So I think it's scaled pretty good for my body. I'm not too concerned about the scale. More visors than lenses. Yeah. And the helmet. I know. It's not that hard to build. I got to print all the little detailed stuff that like goes in here. On the resin machine though, so I can just hit it with spray paint and call it a day. Sometimes it is good to be average height and average body size, because then most stuff just fits and you don't have to scale it. So what are we at right now? We're at 18 minutes total so far. So how are we gonna make this faster? Because this is just stock Trident speeds right now. Also, I do love this extruder because you got the big gear spinning here, so it's actually kind of cool to watch. The vacuum former I have seen on Mythbusters is just a stuck table. Oh yeah, you can build like fully dedicated vacuum formers. I want to do the cheapest, simplest way I can do it. So I'm literally just going to use my heat gun. I'm just going to, you know, don't knock the camera over. Don't knock the. I'm just going to put the plastic in a frame and go, and go, gloop. I'll be honest, I might just print the box and hook my vacuum up to it. We'll see. I don't think it needs to be that crazy. Could you cut a cheap motor? You could. The problem is, let me actually, I have it here. But I should actually, I'm gonna print it right now because I gotta print it anyways. Actually, what I'm also gonna do is turn the magneto on because I gotta run a test print. All right, ow, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt a lot. I gotta run a test file on it. Where is it? Models. Yeah. So here's the visor. So you print this out and you make it nice and smooth. So you post-process this and you use this as the negative for the visor. But you can see here, there's like details to it. Like there's actually like a shape to it. It's not like the visor in my Mando helmet here, which is just a flat piece of welding goggle that I cut into a T and stuck it in. This actually has like a shape to it, so. We're good. Oh, I forgot about these. Even my spare helmet visor since I cracked my helmet, but Eastern Europe. Just print the new helmet. What printer is that? Which printer? That's a VZBot. And I found the pins for the door hinges on this finally, so put these in. There we go. It was actually cool. I printed the whole helmet in one night on like 3 printers. Yeah, this benchy is looking way too good to be a speed benchy. We got to bump these speeds up. These are rookie speeds. As the one guy from the movie said, we got to go faster. So let's see here. That's not it. This is it. Okay. Ian, $10, cheers and appreciate it. Thanks for all the content and advice. Congrats on 2 years. Thank you. What's your top 3 moments being a full-time YouTuber? Hard to say. Every moment with you guys is special. I don't know. You know, just going to events. I love covering events. That's my thing. I love covering events. By the way, don't take that all parasocial, please don't. We had to talk about this yesterday. 20 minutes. Okay, let's see. Can we bump up our volumetric speed? I don't know how much a volcano is good for. There we go. Time at Rocky Mountain, we need to enjoy an adult beverage. Yes. Rocky Mountain's good. Did you go to Rocky Mountain last year, Apollo? I know I saw you at Murph. Rocky Mountain's gonna be fun. I've got pretty much everything ready for Rocky Mountain. The only thing I'm waiting on is my second DJI Mic 2. I've got the one that came with the Osmo Pocket 3, but I bought a second one, but it's not here yet because I ordered a white one. So I have a white one and a black one, so I know which one's which, to just make it easier. But it's not in stock, so hopefully it comes back in stock and ships before then. So you get a passport because there are events coming to Canada. I gotta renew. My passport expires in October. I gotta renew that at some point. Skip Murph this year for open sauce. I'm really hoping I can figure out how to get to open sauce because apparently there's like they invite creators to go, and I don't know if I'm on the list. I'm probably not. I'll be honest. But I'm hoping for like a miracle that I'm somehow relevant enough in a certain sphere that I can actually, you know, get invited, because I think they're comping some of it if you get invited, which considering it's in San Francisco on the other side of the continent in another country, yeah, that's outside of my budget. I looked up how much hotels are in the area for like the weekend. It's like $1,000. And then there's also flying into San Fran and all that, so. Yeah. 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 Rocky Mountain last year, but I was new to 3D printing. Oh yeah, Rocky Mountain's going to be great. I got a feeling Rocky Mountain, mate. Like, I know a ton of people on the Voron team are going. I have a feeling Rocky Mountain will be the big event in 3D printing going forward in terms of like a creator thing. Like, obviously there's like Smurf and Earth and Murph, but I have a feeling Rocky Mountain will be the big event of the year for these type of things. For a few, one, it's very central, because here's the thing, if you're on the West Coast, going to Earth and Murph, you're either going completely across the continent to go to Bel Air, Maryland, or literally, like, Murph is literally in a cow field in Indiana. Yeah. Smurf is awesome. Smurf is awesome. Although apparently it's going to be in a different venue this year. But Rocky Mountain, it's central. Denver Airport is a hub, so tickets are dirt cheap to get there. You just fly into Denver, and then it's like you Uber or take an hour-long car ride to where the event is, and you can get a hotel right across the street. So, which one is Eastern again? Technically, it's on Earth. It's 3D Printopia, which I really don't like the name. It sounds like a freaking Disney thing. But they've rebranded it, which I'm a favor of them rebranding. All the Rep Rap Fest don't mean shit. Nobody knows what a Rep Rap Fest is unless you're in 3D printing. So renaming it to like a 3D printing convention is kind of cool and makes a bit more sense. You'll get more random people coming, I think. I just don't like the 3D Printopia name, but it is what it is. Round trip from Greenboro. I paid a bit more, but I could have flown for half the price that I paid for a ticket flying out of Detroit, but I'd rather fly Delta. I'd rather deal with Delta there and back than like Spirit or any of the other real cheap flights. Plus I got a sponsor, so I might as well. 2 hours away from O'Hare, Midway, which are bigger hubs than Denver. It is, but the thing is, it's literally in a small town in Indiana. So here's the thing. If you're going just yourself for the event, it's a non-issue. But I know a ton of people that when they go to these events, they make it a vacation and they bring their family. So like, I know a bunch of people when they went to Oxford for Smurf, they brought family and they spent like a week in the UK. It was a nice thing. I wish I could have done that. But Murph is literally in the middle of Indiana in Amish country. No way you can make a week out of that. I mean, you might be able to if you're really into cows. Maker Feast. Oh, that would have been a cool name. Embassy Suites. I know a bunch of people are staying at the Embassy Suites. That's the one that's right across the street. Cows and corn. Also some really good donuts. I will say there are some really good donuts. But I know a bunch of people that aren't going to Murph this year for various reasons. Namely, there some state laws in place. But yeah, Murph really needs to figure something out to step up their game, because they're really like, they got to figure something out, or they're gonna stop having as many people. Because even this year, I don't think a lot of people are going. I'll probably go just because it's like a 3-hour drive for me. So if I do go, I might just spend a night, just like leave Saturday morning and then come back Sunday night and just spend one night there. But we'll see. Crank up the volumetric. This is at 22. I bumped it up to 30. Move Murph to near Chicago. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't have control over that. And I don't think any of the people that run Murph are here. So you get from the airport, take landline transit from Denver Airport to Loveland Airport, then it's cheap Uber. There you go. I'm going to be getting a ride with somebody who also is flying in and renting a car. So, because last year I made the mistake. Last year I rented a vehicle. So I rented a vehicle to drive literally from Denver Airport to the event. And then it sat there all weekend. I didn't drive it once, and then I drove it back. So I rented a vehicle for 4 days, because I flew up to Thursday and I came back to Monday. Or was that 5 days, 4 days, 5, whatever. I rented the vehicle for that long, and I drove it twice. So this time I'm like, is anyone going that I can carpool with? So, okay, so we got to sell the 32-minute benchy here. And this looks too good. This benchy looks way too good. This benchy looks way too cool, too good. Philly has cheap flights, even big airlines to Denver. There you go. The problem with for me is it's like an 8-hour drive. Like I've driven both times I've gone to East Coast Rep Fest. I drove, because it's like at the distance where flying makes sense, but it's expensive. So it's a lot cheaper for me to drive, and I only end up saving like 4 hours. Because I have to get up early, because I have to cross a border. I have to cross the Detroit border. Then I have to get to the airport in Detroit early. So because I can get delayed at several different things before my flight, I have to budget, what if I get delayed at the border? What if I get delayed, on the highway getting to the airport? What if I get delayed at security? So I have to get up like 3 hours before my flight, get to the airport, wait for a couple hours. Then I get on my flight, then I land. Then I got to get a rental car. Then I got to drive 45 minutes to the event. I actually mathed it out. I would only save like 3 or 4 hours flying. But it costs like 4 times as much versus just gas. I will say I do kind of miss having the sticker PI, the smooth, unblemished PI bottom, not scratched up or anything. Okay, this benchy looks too good. We need a faster benchy. So this one's under 20 minutes, according to the estimate. What kind of build sheet? It is literally a 1 millimeter thick sheet of PI glued directly to the bed. This is how we did it back in the day. Literally, it's literally just a sheet of PI glued directly to the mic 6. Actually, not gonna lie. That ain't a bad benchy. For a 32 minutes, by the way. 32 minutes ABS benchy open air. That ain't bad. Like 468 MP. 468 MP is the adhesive. This is how we did it before flex plates on Vorons. Back in my day, I remember when this was all cornfields. Yeah, this is ABS. This is Polylite ABS, which, you know, if you want some Polymaker filament, you can buy some yourself. Link in the description. Affiliate link, doesn't cost you anything extra and goes a long way in supporting the channel. So there you go. So if you want some of the good stuff, there you go. I'm just gonna Velcro you on here because my cable management is impeccable on this machine. And in terms of cable management, we don't have cable management. I still need to go ahead and set this up for gantry tramming, but I haven't done that yet. Because I've got 2 available Z motors now. Because this used to be dual nozzle, dual extruder, and now it's single extruder. But yeah. Actually, let's turn this off. Let me tighten my belts up. My belts are really loose. I gotta tighten my belts up. Where's my tweezers? Okay. Wait, why are you not working? Oh, that's why. That's why you're not working. I'm gonna turn you off. 1, 2, 10. Turn it back on. There we go. Okay. Where are my tweezers? Or my pliers? Pliers. Those are not what I want. How did I lose pliers that quickly? I am horrible with losing my tools. I swear, I spent half the streams looking for tools that I had a minute ago. It's like, I had you out, and then I put you away, and I don't know where I put you. Is it on here? No. That's all of Bruce's stuff. Oh well. Okay, how am I going to tighten these? So, we put you over here. Gonna loosen you. Now we're gonna pull that through. So I need how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? Like, I've got a really shitty pair of pliers here, but they're really shitty. Ugh. Guess it doesn't matter as long as they pull. Oh, these don't have any grip. Yeah, no grip. No grip. Fall? No. Oh wait, I know. Haha! I forgot. I got stuff from Prusa, and Prusa includes tools with their printers. How many sets of pliers and screwdrivers do you think Prusa gives out? Hold the button. Yeah, I need 2 of these. Okay, so the question is, now that I got that, how do I tighten this? There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, turn you back on. A bit tighter. Good enough. Whatever. I think I can move the motor. Can you move the motors on these to tighten the belts? I think you can move the motors on these to tighten the belts. Is that a thing you can do on this? What song is this? I don't know. It's backing tracks. Okay, there we go. Print the benchy. There we go. Done printing file. What do you mean done printing file? Print. Upload and print. There we go. Okay, now it's booting up. There we go. When multi-head color printer. Ooh. Whenever somebody comes out with a good one that I either really actually could justify spending my money on, or somebody sends me one. I'm not a fan of multi-headed, or like single head multi-nozzle. No, like tool changing, yes. So like a Prusa XL would be great. That's like really the only tool changer that seems to be, you know, pretty competent. I know there's the E3D tool changer, but that machine is not meant for like consumer sales. It's more a like a motion platform for people to tinker with. Plus, they don't sell it anymore. So now we need to wait for that 12-volt heater to heat up. I don't feel like waiting. Oh wait, no, I gotta wait for the bed to heat up. Heat the bed up. Okay, there's the bed. Now we heat up the hot end. There we go. It's 12 volts, I gotta help it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Trying the new Chameleon V3 or tap changer. There you go. The problem is with those solutions, you pretty much have to be able to, you have to understand that you may have to do some tweaking and adjustment yourself. That's kind of the thing with those setups. Is there, you kind of have to understand you're going to have to do some fiddling. How can you replace PEI? Very carefully. On this, you'd have to peel it off and put a new one on, essentially. But the reason we went with really thick PEI on these types of setups back in the day is you could refinish the surface, so you can like get it flat again. What time are we at anyways? We're at 3:30. Oh. What's the lead on those? I don't know. They're T8s. I don't know. Whatever standard is. I think it's the same as the Prusas. I think it's the same spec as the Prusas. Nothing fancy. Since the bamboo mini, yeah, because it's go on Maker World. All Maker World is people just spamming Qforge shit for points. The amount of, you know how many times every now and then I check Bamboo subreddit. You know how many accounts just post pictures of prints with links to their Maker World page? That's all the accounts do. Like, you look at the account, it hasn't done anything other than, hey guys, look at my print, and then it's a link to the Maker World page of that print on their profile, so that, you know, if you download it, you get points. It's just people farming points. Like, I really do not like how I think the XN stop isn't working. One second here. There we go. Let's try this again. I think I may have bumped it. Yeah, I really do not like how, like, all these sites have gamified everything. I know Thangs does it, Printables does it, Maker World does it. I think the only one who doesn't do it is good old Thingiverse. But like the whole incentivizing with points and rewards, I don't like it at all. I do not like it at all, because all it does is incentivize people to game the system. And the fact that, like, Thangs has constantly been fighting against people gaming the system. Maker World, I really don't know how much moderation they put into there. I know Printables has a ton of moderation. I know if you try to claim anything on Printables, they actually have a human vet it and give you the coupon code. So if you, like, try to cash in your points, somebody actually looks at your account to verify everything's legit before they actually give you out the reward. So, but yeah, I'm really not a fan of gamifying freaking STL repository sites. Not a huge fan of it. Also, there's like no advantages. All these other sites, like, I hate printer specific ones. I like Printables because they used to be Prusa what printers or whatever the heck it's called. They changed it to Printables because they didn't want it to be just Prusa only. But now every company has to have their own file repository, and it's like they don't do anything better. All it is you know, none of them are better than any other ones. It's just whatever one happens to have the files I need is the one I download from. That's it. Also, I don't want to have to make an account to sign in before I can download something. Those are the only two requirements. Do you have the file I want? Can I download it without making an account? If yes, I like your site. That's it. So because there's really nothing to incentivize these sites, they have to gamify it to make you use it. Why are you doing this? What are you hitting? Oh! Oh, that'll do it. Oh, I racked the hell out. Okay, when I tighten that belt, I racked the hell out of the gantry. That's why. I racked the hell out of the gantry doing that. Okay, 1 second here. Or was it when I moved the motor? Nope, it's not that. Yeah, I racked the hell out of the gantry doing that. 1 second. Gotta fix this now. Uno momento, por favor. Oh, shoot. Almost lost that belt. Almost lost that belt. Don't want to lose that belt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I screwed up. I screwed up. Yeah, that's why. When I tighten the belts, I rack the hell out of it. There we go. Oh shoot, where'd that Alec go? What printer is this? It's a Voron. Okay, that's why. Yeah, this one belt is actually short. Let me get you back on your things. Everything's good there. Everything's good there. I wish I had some forcep. Is it forcep? What are the pliers that lock? That's what I wish I had right now. Some of those locking pliers. So I can actually hold these in position while I tighten them. There we go. Nope, now you're back to being racked again. What the heck? I had it good. It was just like, oh, the belt's loose. Let me just play around with belt tension for a second. Okay, so it's the bottom one I gotta tighten. Also, the bed is really hot. There we go. Pull it home. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Yeah, keep fixing it till it breaks. Scarf seam. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the stream. Really cool. Let me know when it's actually in a slicer and usable. Because I'm not going to have to go through some signing up for GitHub hackery to use it. Once it's in a slicer and it's actually usable by everyone, I'll be happy for it. But until then, it's like 5-axis printing, or like that little overhang thing that Stefan showed on CNC Kitchen, where you do like those little circles and you can bridge stuff. It's like, yeah. Easily the code is already that cool. As soon as Prusa puts it in printables and everyone else copies Prusa, then we'll have it, and then it'll be cool. It is a cool idea. I'm assuming it only works if your flow is really tuned. Like if your flow is not tuned well, you're gonna over and under extrude during that, and instead of having one little itty issue, you're gonna have this much of an issue because you over extruded or under extruded. So I'm assuming your flow rate has to be pretty bang on for that to be the most efficient. But yeah, once it's actually in a slicer, I'll be really happy for it. Okay, so I need to slice this. This is not 4-on-1, tall boy, filament. I don't know why it keeps defaulting to high speed. Orange generics and borons. There we go, great. Actually, I seen Teaching Text video this morning. Yeah, we spoke about it at the beginning of the stream. There we go. Now we wait for this to heat back up. Variable layer height, eh. Yeah, the glitch happens every time. It has to do with CPU cycles. It happens because of CPU priority. I could do variable layer height, but I really don't care about how long it takes. I'm just gonna set it to print and grab it tomorrow. Not printing it fast. No, we are printing it faster, Benchy. I've got more than one printer. Also, I have no. Is my wife home? I don't even know if she's home. Let's go get the little guy. Hey, doggo. Hey, pupper. Any mail? No mail. Guess who has another package held at customs? Guess who has another package held at customs? I have some warping on 2.4 printed parts. Like what parts? Like in a perfect world, no, you don't want warp parts because it probably won't fit. No, it's not a printer. It's not a printer. Well, it's parts for a printer, but. Issue with the CPU. Yeah, but it doesn't save it when you reboot the computer. And then somebody was giving me like registry edit instructions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. What am I doing for dinner tonight? What am I doing for dinner tonight? Something simple. I'm thinking something simple. Bit of warping right now on the XY joints and bigger Z idler pieces. Honestly, you should not. Okay, Voron parts really are really flat and low. You should not have warping on them. Reprint them with a brim. Don't be afraid to use a brim. Don't be afraid to use brims, folks. I don't know why so many people are against brims. Put that shit on everything. It takes 2 seconds to clear the little bit of flashing off, and it's always going to be quicker than reprinting a part. Print with a brim. And also, make sure that you actually have, I don't know why Orca Slicer does this, but it does it because it's based on Bamboo Studio. This right here. What is the point of having a brim if the brim doesn't actually connect to the printed part? Because I got my printers tuned and shit, so I'm not, over extruding. So why do you have a gap there? What is the point of the brim if it doesn't fully connect with the print? You don't want it to be weak. You want it to be attached to the print. That's, buy one of these. It's called a deburring tool. You literally take your printed part and you go, and it cleaned the brim off of it. Easier detach. Easier detach, you know what that is? That's an easier way for it to fail. The extra squish. Yeah, if you have it set up for extra squish. Mouse gears. Mouse ears are good too. Mouse ears are really good, but not all parts benefit from mouse ears. It depends on the geometry of the part. Sometimes you want a brim. Something like a Voron part that's big and flat, you may want a brim. It's funny, I haven't lost a deburring tool once in the year I've had it. Oh, like the years I've had it, I haven't lost it once. Yet, Allen keys just disapparate constantly with me. How many people? We have 475 people here. Hi, everyone. If today is your first day here, put a 1 in chat. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. A little pop-up pops up right here in the corner if you subscribe. So if you want your name to pop up here, make sure you're subscribed. Wow, this thing drifts first layers like a mofo. Oh, you know what it is? I gotta turn off small gap fill. That's what I gotta do. Where's gap fill? Gap. Where's gap fill? Nowhere. There we go. Gap fill is when it does those little, like, where it goes around and just does like the it's filling in little gaps. And that eats up a lot of time. That eats up a ton of time. Also, like the smash button. If you're not new here, like the smash button, because you've entered to win a prize. I know you have, because there's more people that have entered than are actually here. But not everyone has liked the smash button. So you've taken the time to enter for your chance to win a cool prize, but you haven't taken the time to like the smash button. And I'm not going to say it's going to impact your odds of winning, but now that I've mentioned it, are you really going to risk it? Yeah, buy a deburring tool. They're cheap. You can get them for like 10 bucks. And they come with a ton of, they're carbide bits too. So using them on plastic, they last forever. There we go. This is looking more speed benchy. By the way, these motors, ice cold. This is why I don't get people putting heat sinks on motors. Like, this thing is stone cold. These motors are stone cold. And these aren't anything special. These are Stepper Online motors from 2017. What is that printer? It's a Voron. They're on and close. Even then, even my Vorons, my motors never get hot. So when I see people putting heat sinks on motors on Enders, I'm like, you do not need that. you do not need that. Yeah, let's adjust this overhead camera a bit. Okay. Unlock you. Whoop. There we go. Elf310 gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Do wonder if there's a reason load cells aren't using open source printer designs. The issue is compatibility. If you are designing a machine from scratch using custom machined components, like the Magneto, it's not too hard to go ahead and attach a load cell to your custom heatsink, okay? But if you're trying to design a printer using commercial off-the-shelf stuff that doesn't require machining and doesn't require custom load cell PCB breakout boards to do everything, it's a lot harder to do. Also, load cells are kind of big. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why, is because it's not practical at a DIY scale, essentially. It's one of those things that makes more sense for a commercial machine. Also, you could do the opposite, where you put the load cell in the bed versus in the tool head. The problem with putting it in the bed is noise. We've tried it with Voron in the past. It never really worked well. What do I think of the Physek Mark 1 clone? What is the Mark 1 clone? What's the Physek Mark 1? What's a Physek Mark 1? Physek Mark 1 what? I can't. What is a Physek Mark 1? How does it being in a bed? It's not it being a bed. It's just reliability. We tried a while ago with the V2 series, mounting the bed on load cells and using that as the bed probe, and we never could get it reliable using off-the-shelf solutions. Also, look how stable that is. Yeah, this one's actually not looking too bad either. But granted, we're on the hull part of the benchy, which isn't really anything. Also, I'm pretty sure our print time is kind of skewed because it counts heat up. So I really probably should have started a timer when it actually printed. But we'll do one more speed benchy after this one, and that one I'll actually time it. So remind me to time it. The clone Prusa Mark III's. I mean, at this point, if you want a Prusa Mark III, honestly, shop Kijiji, or for you Americans, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and just pick up a legit Prusa Mark III used. Because I've only built one FISEC clone of the Prusas. It was the Prusa Mini, and it had issues. Mechanically, some of it was like completely fine. The bed, the frame, but holy crap, the extruder on it was just garbage. So, plus you don't get the support. You can go back and check the footage. Yeah, if somebody wants to check the footage. I'm not going to, but if somebody wants to. Small SV06. Is this a Voron Legacy? No, this is just the Voron. Like, one. Just Voron. This bed, this is a cast aluminum tooling plate, so it's a Mike 6 bed with a 1mm sheet of PI glued directly on it. How fast? This one should be about a 20-minute benchy. We're trying to get, honestly, I'm aiming for a 15. I want to get a 15-minute benchy. You want to know what my standard for a benchy is? If a printer can do a sub 30-minute benchy that looks good, that's all I care about. If a print, that's, in terms of speed, that's like all that's the good. If a printer could do a sub 30-minute benchy that actually looks good, that's all I care about for speed in a printer. That's like my minimum requirement for a printer for me to go, yeah, it's a fast printer. If it could do a sub 30-minute benchy and the benchy looks good, that's good enough for me. Anything under 15 minutes, you're sacrificing too much, in my opinion. The DIY copper printer on Sunshine Channel? I know, and I've never heard of Sunshine Channel, so no. 15-minute multi-material. The only thing that could possibly do that would be a tool changer. So you're looking at a Prusa XL or potentially the E3D tool changer. How many colors? Because the thing is, every time you do a color swap, that adds time. And the Prusa is the fastest at it, but it's still like 10 seconds. So if you have like 20 color changes, that's adding a couple minutes there. You're going to eat up all your time in tool changes, even if they're fast. And God help you if you try to do that on something like a bamboo where you got to purge. The frozen acro. Does anyone have one yet? Who's making it too? It's frozen, right? Frozen acro. So here's the thing. It's a Core XY machine. So as long as they didn't, you know, pull a Creality and just have extremely shitty quality control, mechanically the printer is probably fine. As for their DIY AMS system, is it 5-color or 4-color? One, two, three, four. Why are they all 4? It's 4 because that's what Bamboo did, and now everyone's just copying Bamboo. I mean, it's a flying gantry, I think, too. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. As somebody who's trialing a printer right now from a company that this is their first FDM machine when they're coming from a resin background, there are some growing pains. I'm always hesitant to recommend first-gen stuff. Oh, is it a Kickstarter too? If it's a Kickstarter, I won't even look at it until it's not a Kickstarter. You can fit in the width of the printer. Yeah, but you can make the printer, you can make the thing wider. I love how we've all decided like 250 is the size of a printer now. It's like 250 enclosed Core XY with a 4-color AMS. That's like Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. It's like the tool heads. Everyone uses the same bloody tool head now. Let me see, does Frozen do it? Does Frozen using the same tool head as everyone else? Of course they are. It's every single one of these companies, exact same freaking tool head design. Guys, change shit up. Like when I look at this, it's like ready, ready, ready. It's like ready, 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 ready. Okay, okay. What printer was that? You don't know. They're all the freaking same. They're all copying and pasting each other. That is one of the most like disappointing things as a content creator in 3D printing, how much these companies just copy paste each other. Like that's why I don't do printer reviews. There's no bloody point anymore. They're all the same. Every now and then somebody comes out, you know, Bamboo came out, shook up the whole ecosystem, scared the crap out of Creality because they realized they couldn't just shit out the Ender 3 version 528. Bravo Delta Echo Foxtrot revision 3 20 billion times until the end of time. So they actually have to do something now. But now everyone just copies Bamboo. Instead of everyone copying Ender, now everyone just copies Bamboos. It's like, holy hell, guys. You know, that's different. You could do different. You could do different. It's not hard to do different. Maybe some growing pains, but you can do different. You don't have to keep making the same shit everyone else is making. Because what happens when you do? Hey, guys, we're looking at the generic printer 427. It's basically the same as this other printer, but go buy that one because it's been on the market longer and it's more reliable because it's been out longer. And that's how it works, because never buy first revision of anything because they're all shit. You're the beta tester. And God help you if it's used as an app. And then you got to worry about security issues like all the Anycubic folks that bought Cobras. Have to worry about, you know, somebody uploading a random or G-code file to their printer and being it executable. How many benchies you printed till now? Like all together? No idea. They're all in the garbage though. I don't really keep them. I tend to chuck them. KB3D. Yeah, KB3D has their tool changer, which is different. You don't really hear about it a lot though, unfortunately. I've seen it in trade shows a few times. Like I've seen it at Rocky Mountain and a few Rep Fests, and it seems cool. This is actually coming along pretty good. Why did Snazzy Labs just post this phone number? What is that phone number? Search. Oh, that's Apple support. Temporarily closed. Oops. Have you tested the BQ hotend on the Bamboos? Yeah, I have one on my PMP. It works just fine. It's just a Revo. I've got one on the P1P. I don't really use the P1P, but it's downstairs. I moved it back downstairs after I put the Panda Touch on it because I don't have room for it out here. Because on the wall here, you can see the Prusa Mark 3.5 there. What we're going to be doing tomorrow on stream, we're building an enclosure for a Prusa Mark 4 so that I can have a Prusa out here in the garage. And then I'm going to make it print ABS until it dies. So I want to see how long the PETG parts last in the enclosure. Literally, I'm literally just gonna load up plates of boron parts with like a big 5 kilogram spool of ASA from Polymaker and just run it till it dies. YOLO. Because I want to see how long those PETG parts last in an enclosure printing ABS. So, isn't PETG super recyclable? No, it's not. Do you have a label on it? Okay, this will work. You can barely see it. This is a bottle of Gatorade. I'm holding a bottle of Gatorade over a printer with mains voltage. Smart. There's a bottle of Gatorade. See how it's got that little triangle on it? That triangle on it tells you how many times it's been recycled already. There's also a thing that tells you what type of plastic it is. Yeah, you don't have any of that info. So if you roll up on most recycling centers with a bag of plastic and go, hey, this is PETG, they're gonna look at you and go, cool, the garbage bin's over there, throw it out. Because unless they know for sure that that is 100% the material you tell them it is, and it's not contaminated in any way, they're not taking it, and most of them won't take it anyways. Print the Prusa part? Oh yeah, we'll print the Prusa parts first. I'll print all the Prusa parts in ABS first. Although, I could do the 3.5. I could do the 3.5 first. No, we'll do the Mark IV. We'll do the Mark IV. We'll sacrifice the Mark IV for science. Because that one I actually own. Well, I own all my Prusas, but that one I bought with my own money. Yeah, the G part of PETG messes up regular PET. Yeah, this is PET. They add glycol, which is the G, to polyethyl tri something to PET to make it PETG, which makes PET print better. PET by itself, if anyone has one of those recycler machines, actually prints way, like, mechanically is better than PETG. It's just, it's a lot harder to print. So that's why they sell PETG. Yeah, Prusa parts are in PETG. For full test, print PLA Prusa parts. No. Polyethylene terephthalate. There you go. It's range why not ABS. For the Prusas, because they have a room with 300 or hundreds of Prusas printing at once, and when it was ABS, it was a nightmare because the room was incredibly hot and the failure rates of parts were unacceptable for production, so they switched to PETG, which makes more sense in their use case, at the downside of the lower temperature resistance. On a Prusa, the only part that is ABS, as far as I'm aware, is the fan duct. Everything else is PETG. This ain't no CNC kitchen. Why would it be? Like, I like Stefan, he's a good guy, but he does his thing, I do my thing. Why would this be CNC kitchen? This is a garage. And I don't have a CNC out here yet. Is it ASA? It's the same thing. Potato, potato. What are we at right now? Soon. Yeah, pure PET is terrible to print. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. You have to print it pretty much at like ABS temps too. How's the LDO CNC coming along? Good, we're starting the electronics on Tuesday. I have it sitting on the ground over here because it's getting kind of big and heavy. VZBot? Yeah, the VZBot's been great. I used it, this helmet. It printed this entire helmet in, is it still on? Did I break the screen? I think I broke the screen. Is the VZBot still on? VZBot 330. Yeah, no, you're online. Done printing, 8:48. There you go. It printed this entire helmet with support material. So it printed it like this, and it was support just all around the outer brim in 15 hours, in 39 minutes. And this is Voron spec setting. So this is 4 walls, 5 top, 5 bottom, 40% infill. And it's ABS. So it printed this in 15 hours. I don't know about you, but for a 15-hour helmet print, that ain't too shabby. It took the Bamboo 7 hours to do this. And I had to print it twice because I had a layer shift. Veggie done. So that took, including heat up, 26 minutes. Print time was, oh, we were under 20 minutes for print time. Under 20 minutes for print time. I'll take it. Yeah, this one was 15 hours and 39 minutes for print time. It takes 7 minutes for this to heat up almost. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with the VZBot. Now that I have it actually fully built up and enclosed, there's still some stuff I want to tweak on it, namely like I gotta redo do the umbilical, make it a little bit cleaner. And I also have to figure out, because the problem I have with it, I need to be able to put the bigger spools on it. So on Tallboy, I have Tallboy being fed by a 5 kilogram spool of ABS, but it sits on a roller. This I have to like get a spool holder that hangs off the side because I want to put these guys on it, which are the Polymaker 3 kilogram spools, but they're cardboard spools, so I don't want to have it on a roller. I want to put something through it. So I need something that'll hold that, and unfortunately, the spool holder I got on the side won't hold it. So, Pooch's spool boxes the printer sits on. That's gonna move to the floor. This and the Magneto, which is already on the floor, are floor printers for a reason. Okay, so we gotta go faster. Must go faster. Let's see if we can do 500 travels. Let's see here. So that is a 16-minute benchy. Export. Save. Let's see what it actually works out to in real time. Turn off set hop. Oh, good point, good point. Good point. Where is Z hop? That is Z hop. It's insane for the extruder, right? 0. There we go. There we go, under 15 minutes. Export G-code, save. Oh, cancel. Upload and print. There we go. Upload to the print, because I haven't set it up yet. I don't have it set up for every printer. Plus, a lot of time I like saving the G-code locally. That way, if I need to load it later or whatever, it's just easier. Or if I want to run, because I use the same start-stop on all my borons. So what I've done it before where I've printed something on a smaller printer and then loaded the exact same G-code in one of my larger printers, because it's like, oh, hey, it's all macroed for the starts and stops. I've had it where I printed something on a smaller printer and then at a later date went, oh shit, I want to print it again, but the smaller printer is being used. I'll just print it on one of my bigger printers, and it'll just instead of printing in the middle of bed, it prints over a bit. So I usually save it all locally. Or at least that's like the workflow I got into when I started, and I just kind of stuck with it. Because, you know, back in my day, we didn't have no fancy web UIs. We had Octoprint on, if you were lucky. Dang it. Good. Got a Discord notification. Hey, you want to spread some democracy? It's like, no, I'm working. I can't spread democracy right now. But you go fight for freedom. You go do that. Always slice for the smallest printer you got. It is, if you have multiple printers, it is pretty much always beneficial to print something on the smallest printer you can, simply for the fact that it uses less power. The heat up times are usually quicker, the noise level is usually lower, and it uses less power. So if you're printing something, you know, if I'm running my Trident for a week straight, or running a Prusa Mark III or 4 for a week straight, which one do you think is going to use more power? Yeah. Like my electricity bill is already $250 a month. And I don't have electric heating, except out here in the garage. This guy right here is probably the reason why my heating bill has been so high the last couple months. But it also doesn't help. I've been printing a lot the last couple months too. So, you don't have solar panels? No? No? Why would you think I have solar panels? I live in Ontario. We have a conservative government. They got rid of all the incentives to do solar panels. Also, where I live isn't exactly the best for solar panels because of the way the house is shaped. So my house is shaped like this, and it is facing north-south. So my roof, only half the roof gets sun for half the day, essentially. So I wouldn't be able to put, like, if my house was facing, if I took my house and rotated it 90 degrees, I could put solar panels all down one side, and I would get, you know, I would get the sun as it goes across the sky. Or actually it would go that way, or that's north, that's south. So it would go that way. But because my house is arranged this way, and my roof is like this, okay, in the morning, this side gets sun. In the afternoon, this side gets sun. So I only get half the sun for half the day. And I'm not covering my entire roof for solar panels that I get no discounts on because I got, again, conservative government, got rid of them all the incentives. And then also the added insurance. And also, fun fact, if you have solar panels on your roof and your house catches fire, the fire department will show up and watch that shit burn because they're not going in. So. It's a wooden house, can't you rotate it? No, it's on a foundation that's buried in the ground, and it's got a brick exterior. I do plan on this, once the weather starts getting warm to the point where it gets kind of shitty out here, I will be putting a heat pump system out here, a mini split essentially, so I can do heating and cooling. Because it's already, like, winter here has been, like, not winter. Like, I've had the heater off a lot of the time, actually. I'm actually trying to turn it off right now. It's 22 degrees Celsius out here. That, like, this winter has been so mild for the most part. Hazmat issue, like... Okay, so for the issue, if you have solar panels on your roof and your house catches fire, the reason they won't go in your house, fire department will rarely go in a house, is the weight. Most houses have those truss systems, at least here in North America. They're not designed, or they can take the dead load of solar panels, but the problem is once they get hot, because they don't nail the trusses together, they use those plates and they just kind of squish them together because they have all the little tabs in them, so they just push it to the wood and hold it. So what ends up happening is if your house catches fire and you have solar panels on the roof, your roof will fail dramatically sooner because of the extra weight on the roof, and then your house will just... So the fire department, if the fire department shows up and you have an active, like, fire that's consuming your house, the fire department will see solar panels on the roof and not go in because it's so much of a risk. They'll just go, nope, nope. Like, yeah, they'll still, you know, they'll sit there and try and put out the fire, and if there's somebody in the building, they probably will go in. But if it's like, no, everyone's out, put out the fire, they'll be like, cool, we ain't going in there, though. Also, the battery bank, yeah. I mean, technically, I still got my Dylan 550 in the basement with a bunch of the stuff that comes with, or you use with that, so. Europe where houses collapse. Yeah, but you guys also don't like have insulation and shit. We build our houses out of wood because wood is cheap and we have to insulate the crap out of them, usually. Because our summers get really hot and our winters get really cold. Wow, that first layer failed horribly. Oh well. It is so failing to extrude right now. YOLO, we're just gonna let it go. We're just gonna let it go. Whatever we get, we get. By the way, I don't think I have input shaper on this yet. Do I have input shaper on here? I don't think I have. I don't think we did an input shaper on this. Oh, we do. We do have input shaper. Okay, we do have input shaper. Did somebody start a timer? Because I didn't. I forgot to start the timer. We might do one more after this. We'll do one more after this with some more settings if this finishes. Yeah, it does at the end. Oop, wrong button. It does at the end. So at the end of the print, it'll tell you how long it took since you hit file start and how much since it started actually printing. But when you're actually printing, it doesn't tell you that. But we got time for one more speed benchy after this. So we'll do one more after this. And I'll actually get a timer and we'll try and get an official speed benchy timer out of this. Will it float? Oh. Oh. We overran the hot end. We overran the hot end. The hot end wasn't able to keep up. Yeah, we overran the hot end. Let me go take a quick look downstairs, see if I can find a sock for this. 1 second. I'm gonna walk and talk. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm gonna walk and talk. Let me see if I can find a sock. I don't know if I have a sock. I might have a sock. A volcano sock. No. No. Who has volcano nozzles on them? Walk and talk, walk and talk. No, no, no. No. No, no, no. No. Nope, nope. Here. Nope. Dang it. Nope. 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 No. What we could try is, let's just change the cooling. Captain, I have Captain tape, but that by itself won't insulate. Let's try this. Let's try that. The funny thing is, I have a silicone sock for it. I just don't know where. Because it came with one, I just don't know where it's at. And unfortunately, no other printers have a Volcano-esque hot end that I could just like steal one from and stick it on. A ball of Captain tape. Like, I've got Captain tape. I've got Captain tape somewhere. A VHB. It's on my desk somewhere. I gotta go through this bench and throw out a bunch of crap. Yeah, I've got it somewhere. I just don't know where. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think. Are there any other printers that would have a hot end similar? You know what? I'll let this do that. I'll be back. I'm gonna go look again. Let me go take a look. I might have something. Hopefully it doesn't fail while it's printing. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Oh, ah, aw. That's a volcano, or not a volcano, that's a dragon sock. Nope. Nope, nope. Nope. It really sucks because I saw it like a month ago when I was redoing the basement down there. I found a sock, but it's a dragon sock. Dragon, these, you know what I mean. Well, that sucks. Also, because I was also looking, I had some insulating pads too. If this fails, we'll jerry rig something using this. The Super Racer. I don't have a Super Racer. I gave away the Super Racer, but I've got a V400. Come on. Yeah. There we go. That might work. Why not? This might work. That might work. So I've got connect. Bring back my AirPods. I've got the Super Racer sock, but I don't know if it'll fit. We'll find out in a second. Okay, timer. There we go. Timer going. So we'll see how this goes. But I do have a Super Racer sock here. We might be able to make this work. And I also got Captain tape. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't have the Super Racer. I gave it away, remember? I gave the Super Racer away. But we'll see how far we get. It's trying to hold 265 and it can only do 260. You have to remember, it's the filament acts like a heat sink. So as the filament flows through, it sucks heat out. So you can see here, we're flowing so much filament through that we're just sucking the heat out of the hot end. And it's 12 volt. So you can see here, it's pegged at 100%. This hot end is pegged at 100%. Like you look at the little LED and it's just bright on. Also, we had a layer shift. So the downside with this is I can't adjust motor current. So on a DRV, do you turn it to the right to increase voltage or turn it to the left to increase voltage? Can someone help me? On a DRV, do you turn it to the right to increase voltage or do you turn it to the left? Who knows which way we turn it? Because I'm gonna give it more juice. Or PI, PI is fine. Turn it to the right. Okay. Which ones are my AB motors? I don't know. Motor A, which one is, oh, there we go, it's these two. 1, 0. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. There we go. And I'm gonna put a sock on it. Hopefully. Sock is on that side. So let me, a little bit of modification. Get a multimeter. Nah, we're not gonna multimeter it. I got active cooling on the drivers. So we're just gonna YOLO it. Take a look at the UMain link in Discord in the stream channel. What UMain link? What UMain link? World record size, 3D printed boat. Is that the thing we've seen a million times? Yeah, that has been a thing for like years now. The 3D printed boat. We've all seen that. Okay, let's see. Can I fit this sock on? Oh! Okay. It works. We've got a sock now. Okay. PF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Seemed like a lot. I turned it a quarter turn. I did a quarter turn. So we'll see. Also, I do have active cooling on it too, so. And by active cooling, I mean the door is kind of almost open. Okay, 3D benchy, 15 minutes, let's go. So we'll see what happens. So we have a sock on it now at least. So hopefully it shouldn't freak out too much. That sock actually fits perfectly. Like there's some extra holes in it, but it actually fits perfectly. So. Terrakesh, thank you for becoming a member. Cheers and appreciate it. So this will be the last benchy we try. Also, on the bright side, I found my laser. Give you. So the bed is 69 degrees. Nice. Dianos, $5.99 replacement socks. Cheers and appreciate it. Oh yeah, that explains so much. So you think the ceiling would be warm, but the ceiling is like 6 degrees colder than the room. 17, how much is it over there? 16. 15, yeah. How cold is the garage door? 16. How cold am I? $32. I was gonna shine it in the little thing, but I'm like, wait a minute, don't shine it into there. I got my timer ready to go too. Perrin gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. What best printer for you? Best printer for me is printer that fits requirements of needs. Oh, also this is in Celsius, not freedom units. I keep hearing doors open and close outside. Is like 20 people showing up at my house? Did you do a chocolate benchy? Yeah. How much is 32F? It's freezing, if I remember correctly. Also, I'm trying to figure out why this is threaded. The inside here for the laser is threaded. Like, can you put a silencer on here? Is that why you're supposed to put a silencer on here? Still heating up. Hey, it's heating up quicker though now that we have a sock on it. Oh. Someone's home. Yeah, I accidentally linked it. Don't joke about that, Josh. Because here's the funny thing. If I did ever do that on a stream, the first thing that happens, the stream immediately gets deleted. So don't joke about that. Laser suppressor. Well, I could turn the beep off by just pushing that, I think. Where's that? Like, you can turn off the laser, but you want the laser. What I'm actually, you know what actually is a little concerning to me? The little beep. See that beep? Coda knows that beep. Like, cause I used to play with the laser, right? You know, follow the laser, right? You know, follow the laser like a cat, and he would play it. So anytime he heard that beep, he would come running. And he's not coming running. He is getting old. Yeah, he's just lying inside. Old doggo. Yeah, doggo getting old. He's 12 now. Oh. What do you mean no trigger after X full movement? What? What do you mean no trigger after X full movement? Reprint. It didn't even, oh. I might have given it a little too much juice. Let me turn it down just a little bit. There we go. Maybe I gave it a little too much juice. Maybe I'm supposed to turn it to the left to increase the power. Hi, Calvin. You have a good day at school? Did you enjoy pajama day? Yeah. Yeah? You got your pajamas still? Yeah. Today's the first. Yeah, it's almost the end of winter. And the joke is, what winter? Right? What winter? What?
After winter.
What's after winter? I don't know. What season's after winter?
Spring.
Spring, yeah. Okay, go inside with mommy. Okay, let's see. There we go. Now it's homing. Maybe I gave it a little too much current. Or I turned it to the right, which turns down the current. And we'll see. Because I turned it a quarter turn to the right, and then I just went and did it an eighth turn to the left. So we'll see what happens now. We shall see. Oh, get my stopwatch going here. Okay, so the moment it starts actually printing the boat. Oh, we gotta wait for it to. Yeah, be careful with that box of sync parts. It has your address on it. Okay. Need camp. Yeah, I probably should put camp on it, but here's the thing. I really don't care about stuff that's like, I'm not like, not that I don't care, but it's like, wow, it saved, you know, my pre-print startup saved 30 seconds. That's great when I'm doing a 12-hour plate. Filament stuck to nozzle. That'll be fine. It's got an inductive probe, so it's not affecting anything. Here in Vancouver, we only get 2 seasons, rain and December. I know, it's kind of funny watching like YouTubers that live in like, you know, other places, and it's like they're out in t-shirts and whatnot. It's like, oh, I wish I was, you know, I wish it was t-shirt weather right now. Also, I know, I have camp on a few of my printers. I'm not in a huge rush to put it on this one. Like, yeah, I could, but I really, it's more so I just don't care. Is there a downside to camp? No, not really. You just got to set up a few macros and whatnot. It's just, I just haven't bothered. Okay, getting ready to, yeah, it's also built into the new, like Clipper now has it built in. So it's now just a part of Clipper now. Like if you got the newest version of Clipper. Oh. What was that? Okay, that's a home. Okay, do the purge line. And start the timer. Well, the temperature is a lot more stable, that's for sure. So you can delete the camp macros. No, if you're, don't break something if it's not broken. Oh, we've already got a layer shift. Jeez. That's even worse. Who told me to turn it to the left or to the right? That's even worse. Okay, let's try it more to the left then. Maybe DRVs you do turn to the left to increase voltage. I have no idea what happened there. Whatever, let's find out. Print. Problem is, one of them, it slipped, so I have no idea what my reference voltage is. What is it? Who here knows the math for DRVs? Who here knows the actual math for DRVs? Because I have a video on my channel on how to do it, and it's been a hot minute since I've done it. It has been like, because you're measuring voltage, right? Is it voltage you're measuring or resistance? I can't remember. Clockwise raises the VREF. Well, then I raised it too high because it aired out the motors. Volt. Okay, so voltage. Let's see here. So these are negative. Is that a negative? Yeah, that's a negative. So on the one motor, I've got 1.13. And on the other one, I've got 1.89. So let me raise them up to 1.89. It's like Neanderthals here. Okay, that's 0.44. Okay, we went the wrong way. Nope. Maybe these are broken. Okay, 1.99. Okay, so they're both in the 1.8 volt range. They're both in the 1.8. DRV 8825 VREF calculator. That is not the middle of the bed. You are way out. Yeah, whatever. VREF times 2. Oh shit, I'm feeding these motors way too much then. Because if it's time 2, then I should be aiming for like... Okay, so that's 0.84 volts. That's 0.85 volts. It's sounding better. Okay, so there's 0.45. Oh, I think we aired it out. What happened? No trigger at probe full movement. Yeah, because you're off the bed. Because you lost steps. Okay, so we're running both these motors at 1 amp. Both these motors are running at just over 1 amp. Let's try one more time. Just double check. Yep, 0.12 amp, 0.12. Okay, so they're both running at 0.12 amp and they both have active cooling on them. I think this is the best we're gonna get. There we go. We'll let this heat up, we'll try again. And then this will be the last attempt. Because it's getting close to me having to make dinner for the fam. What's the build plate? It is a, it's how we used to do it, Sonny. Just a Mike 6 plate with a millimeter of PI glued to it. That's it. No flex plate. What are the motors rated for? I have no idea. They're OMC Stepper Online motors from 2017. They are 17 HS19 2004 S1 motors, if somebody wants to do the math. 0.666 VRF. They're 0.64 VRF right now. Board swap next stream? Nah, there's no point in swapping the board. There's no point in swapping the board on this. We're not hitting the step limit of ramps. This has a ramps in it, by the way, with DRVs. Now, here's the funny thing. I do have 2208s I can put in here. I can put TMC 2208s in here. I actually have TMC 2208s that are flashed to run in that are one-time programmable flashed to run only in spread cycle mode. So I literally can pull out the things in here and put them in and run 2208s. The problem is 2208s at 12 volt are not the happiest things in the world. Can ramps take 24 volts? It can if you modify it. I actually have one of the first videos on my channel is how to modify a ramps for 12 or 24 volts. But then the problem is if I modify the ramps for 24 volts, then I have to get a 24 volt power supply. I gotta get 24 volt heaters. I gotta replace all my fans with 24 volt fans. I gotta change a bunch of shit. So, but this has DRVs in it, by the way. For those wondering, DRV 8825s. And it's still quieter than a Bamboo. Okay. That seems a bit more reasonable. Also, I found this 24 volt LED and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. 24 volt DC LED. Cool. See, what I'm going to do, I'm going to overclock it. I'm going to set, it's right now set for 115. I'm going to flip the switch, set it for 230, and we're just going to go. Oh, I came across, so we're going to deviate, but I came across this yesterday. Where's the music? Let me turn up the audio.
Did you know that you can make a gong droid by quite literally flipping 2 IKEA boxes upside down, stacking them on top of each other, sanding them, then spray painting them, then painting them with acrylic paint, then attaching a bunch of random stuff to them with hot glue, and then painting over that, and then detailing it, and then it looks like a gonk droid? Because I knew that.
That's the story of how I
That is so cool.
My new best friend.
That is so cool. That is so cool. That is such a simple project. Just 2 bins, you glue them upside down, you got a gonk droid. That is so cool. Gonk. You just need something for the feet. Glad you asked about that because what you do, let me find him here. Is it James Burton? Who's the YouTuber that does, is it Jim Burton? James Burton? Oh wait, timer, shoot. Timer. Ready? Okay, benchy started. Is it James Burton? Yeah, James Burton. Yeah, so what you do is you make the gonk droid and you just put this in it. And you just put this in it. So you get the gong droid, which weighs nothing because it's just two pieces of plastic with some paint. And then you put this inside of it. And there you go. Gonk. Okay, let's see. Do we get layer shifts? Oh, we haven't layer shifted yet. Oh, God, that is... More power. More power. Although, the sock is helping. The sock is helping. You get some 24 FPS speed benching. By the way, I bumped the temps up to 275. Apparently I have a beeper. According to Clipper, I have a beeper on this. What you miss? I don't know. We're gonna do this last speed benchy, and then we're gonna call it. We're trying to get an under 15-minute speed benchy. So here's the fun part. Other than the extruder is the only real outlier. Everything on this machine is straight out of 2017. Like, there is nothing on this machine that you couldn't do in 2017 hardware-wise. Like, this is what hardware from a decade ago was capable of doing. The only difference is we have a direct feed extruder on here, which I'm pretty sure you probably could have figured out a direct feed extruder. Not this light, because we didn't really have light extruders back then. By the way, we are flowing filament up to 43 millimeters cubed a second out of this, according to the readout. I will say though, this was under 30 minutes. Focus over here. There you go, focus on it. Behind my face. Focus on the benchy. That ain't bad for a sub 30-minute benchy on a Boron 1. Look at the shaking. And all the shaking you're seeing, by the way, is the printer, because my tripod is not touching the table at all. Now, granted, it's also on a toolbox, which is on wheels. So this does move a bit, but that top layer is really good. But we're gonna let this wrap up and then we're gonna call it. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, we're gonna do the draw literally as soon as this ends. So enter for your chance to win, link in the video description. We're gonna do the draw for the spool filament from Polymaker as soon as this benchy ends. And then afterwards we're gonna end the stream because I need to make dinner because I am hungry. Also, apparently Dune Part 2 is like absolutely amazing. So I need to go see that. So if anyone wants to watch a 5-year-old, Crew says consistent, reliable. I will say, as somebody who owns 2 bamboo printers, they have been as reliable as most other commercial printers that I use, which, considering the only other commercial printers I use is none of them. I've been using the Prusas more, but I don't use the Prusas as much as the bamboo because it's not enclosed. I print a lot of ABS. So open air. Oh, error. ADC out of range. So it couldn't keep up. Yep. We're pushing 12 volt too much. We are pushing 12 volt too much. And it had a layer shift. Yeah. I think we found the limit. I think we found the limit. It'll do. Where was that other benchy? Is this it? Which one was it? I think it was this one. So we can do a, how fast was that other one? Was the other one under, well, how fast was the second fastest? Because we did the original benchy, and then we got this guy. How fast was that other benchy that we got? It was like under 20 minutes. It was a 20-minute benchy, yeah. So it looks like a 20-minute benchy is about as fast as you can. Pushing for 15 is too much. The heater can't keep up. The heater just can't keep up, even with a sock on. You're just flowing too much, you're just flowing way too much plastic through that volcano, even with the sock. We'll revisit this at some point. I do want to get a sub 15-minute benchy out of this thing at some point. But we'll revisit it at a future point. We gotta do some adjustments. I gotta set up, because it's got 2 Z motors now, because right now they're tied together. I need to set up gantry trimming and all that. Yeah, it's a Ramps 1.4. It's a Ramps 1.4. But I think it's the 12 volt that's doing us in. It's the 12 volt power. The heater just can't keep up. Because you can see right here, it just couldn't keep up. More power. And it's a decent power supply. It's a Meanwell power supply too, I think. So, okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. A tiny shell script. Thank you for becoming a member. Cheers and appreciate it. Okay, so if you did not enter for a chance to win some filament from Polymaker, you'll have another chance tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. Wow, a lot of you people did not do your taxes yet. I haven't done mine either. I got to pull out the old QuickBooks and add a bunch of stuff to my logging of everything. Higher wattage heater. It is a stock E3D 12. The problem is it's a 12 volt heater. I only have so much power with 12 volt. I probably should re-PID tune it. And I may have a 40 watt. I have no idea what size heater's in here. I literally don't know what size heater's in here. 1 second. I may have it still in, is it in this box? Yeah, here we go. Oh. What are you doing in here? Well, that's a thermistor. Yeah, it's not in here. Shoot. Yeah. Yeah, it's what, ow. Oh. Random E3D high temp nozzle. It's probably a 40 watt heater. I think it's a 40. It's whatever came with the kit. Somebody go on Extruder and see how much a Cyclops kit, what heaters come with a Cyclops kit. Okay. Let's do this giveaway because I am hungry. So I need a number between 1 and 4. Because I don't want to count too high because I'm hungry. 3. 3 works. 1, 2, 3. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, it's going to be right there. It's going to be on the line. It's going to be on the line. It's going to make it around. Today's the day. Today is not the day. So congratulations, Eerie Storm. Congratulations, Eerie Storm. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So congratulations, everyone. Golf claps in chat. So yeah, so we're gonna call it there. I'll post a picture of the 20-minute benchy on Twitter and the subreddit. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look. I've got heaters, but they're all 24 volt heaters. That's the problem. Yeah, this is a 24 volt, 40 watt. Like, I've got heaters, but they're all 24 volt because let's be honest, it was the last time 12 volt was relevant in 3D printing. Let me go dig on Amazon. If I can get like a really cheap 50 watt, 12 volt, I'll do that. And this will be the printer we pull out when we're just having a fun print and chill stream. So we're gonna call it there. Eerie Storm, congratulations on winning that filament from Polymaker. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave out this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. Their affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. So we're gonna call it there. Thank you all for being here today. Because again, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I didn't really have anything planned for today's stream special. I probably should have, but I didn't because I completely forgot. But today was 2 years of me being a YouTuber. So too many more. And I will see you tomorrow night because we're gonna build a Prusa enclosure. So it is Friday. Be safe out there, wash your hands, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.